Hey Taurus, TT is here with a channel message for all of my Taurians. If you are new, welcome to our love nest over here on Talk Taurus Tarot. If you're returning, welcome back, you guys. Be aware of anyone in the comment section pretending to be me. If you ever want to book a personal reading, all that information is in my description box. And yeah, look out for those or try to overlook those in the comment section, projecting negativity and just making it about themselves in the comment section. Okay. It's all a part of, yeah, especially if they're like vibrating from like no love, fuck love type of energy, victimizing themselves. Just be aware of that energy being everywhere in the ethers right now, whether that be in the comment section, or just in your communities and things like that in your environment, because there's this energy that is being projected during this time, and I feel like this is the confirmation that spirit is about to make you aware of. I received a confirmation today before I even channeled this reading, before I even started recording for this, because I see life as all day from the time I get up, even when I'm sleeping. There is this live and you learn type of life, the earth being your school or your classroom. So I look at life and the development of my spiritual gifts and different things like that as every experience that I go through is an opportunity to train myself, to teach myself, to develop as an individual. And then to take that development and give it purpose and share it and things like that. So you may be that type of Taurus as well, that views progress, development, and the reason why we're here on earth the same way. So I felt on my spirit when I saw these cards come out. I got the angel number 733, but before I get into the angel number, let me just give you a little story. So we're gonna have a little story time right quick. So it's interesting because I'm picking up Gemini energy, and I think we are still in Gemini season. And my daughter's a Gemini, right? And she's like very wise for her age, but I've been feeling like this antsy type of energy for some time now, and all Gemini season, right? Like this one energy pulling you in one direction, the other energy pulling you in the next direction, and then it creating like this indirect and anxious type of feeling, and it's like really uncomfortable because it's like, damn, normally it's a lot easier to multitask, normally it's a lot easier to do two things at once, and that's that Gemini energy. But I feel like since we've been in Gemini season, it's like this push and this pull, right? Versus everything running cohesively like it normally would. And there's a reason for that. So story time with TT right quick. My mother, when I dropped my daughter off, she wanted to, and I usually don't go to anyone's houses, but my daughter was like, she wanted to spend a night at my mom's house, and my mom's a Taurus. So I feel like all of it is related in some way. Excuse me. And she never asked us to spend a night at my mom's house, which was even way more interesting. So, long story short, my mom sees me and, we're having small talk. And my mom asks me about a medical job that I used to have back in 2020. I used to work for medical records, right? I used to process medical records and things like that. As of last year, my sister started working for the same company that I used to work for, right? Now, it's a sweet job. It's really simple. It's one of those things where you're just processing medical records requests. You don't have to talk to anybody. So I did audits and I enjoyed doing the job. It was very, I got to listen to my music. I got to really focus on my job without having to worry about picking up the phone and talking to someone, giving that customer service. So I will say I enjoyed that period of silence. I really did. However, when she saw me, she was like, hey, isn't that job that your sister was working for now, isn't that the same company that you used to work for? And I was like, oh yeah, that's the same company that I used to work for, and things like that. I was like, it's a really sweet job. So she goes on to say, like, you know, What happened? Why don't you still work for them? Or why don't you still go back to them? Or what? She asked me something along the lines of like, what happened with the company? Why did you stop working for them? And why didn't you go back to them? So like, we're going to just like leave it right here. Everyone knows in my family that I am a tarot reader on YouTube. A lot of them sneak and watch me. Hey, how you doing? And they're not even a Taurus, but that's okay too. However, I feel like as far as the job that she was promoting me to like look into, I could go on and say like that it was clear and evident that she would prefer me doing something that feels more normal, right? Like a 9 to 5, or she would prefer me doing a job that is more likable, or like we could have more things in common or to talk about, because she really doesn't want to talk about tarot, or she doesn't want to talk about spirit and all these different things, alchemy, spirituality. So there's not really much to talk about, and there's a desire to want to connect with me. That's how I perceived it. Even though it's kind of like you could take it negative and you can say, well, why would someone say that to you? They know da 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 da. I'm not in my feelings, and hurt people can only hurt other hurt people, right? So during this time, I feel like spirit has a very direct question or a very direct message, and I kept getting the angel number 788, and so when these cards popped out and it reduced it to 788, I found it very interesting of what that message was. You can look it up for yourself, and I'm sure it changes for different circumstances, but this one just really popped up on my screen. So what I wanted to say here about the situation and why I even shared the situation with my mom is because normally people ask you, normally people will suggest like different jobs and things like that when they know like you're struggling, or you're always calling them and asking them for money, or you're always asking them for help. A lot of times your mind starts to open up solutions for other people as a way of helping and being resourceful for them so they can get better results for their personal life, right? But things like that just don't happen to people that are not asking for help, right? Like you just don't offer someone to pick up a job or offer a 9 to 5 job or take on a new responsibility unless you feel like they're struggling, or unless you feel like you don't like what they do, right? So from my own inductive reasoning, I felt like when it came to me, if I'm not asking you for shit, right? And spirit is clearly taking care of me. And for the past, what is it, year, 2 years, I've been good, right? And a lot of times I feel like there's something deeper as to why that question was even asked to me. And some of you may be experiencing that same thing, where you may have parents or people that you currently are used to asking really strange or weird questions that are like, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Or what does that have to do with whatever we're talking about? Why do you have to make it so ignorant? Or why do you have to ask dumb questions, right? There's just irritation around asking questions that clearly go in opposition to what you're doing, and it doesn't support you, or it doesn't give you anything of beneficial value to even entertain or listen to. And that's that Gemini energy, that twins, right? And I feel like the irritation here, I'm getting Banji twins too, or something about twins in general, but from like I feel like it's intended to irritate you. Something's intended to irritate you, to get you to open up, and be more creative and really tap into other things. Their energy that's currently surrounding the collective is social gatherings, right? We have We have 4th of July coming up. There's also this desire to want to impress people. So you're going to have stores that are selling, matching outfits and matching clothes. You're going to have this increase in a need to make quick decisions. Come over here to my house. We're throwing up fireworks. The fireworks also symbolize quick eruptions, right? Quick success. Quick stimulation, right? Like, ooh, wow. Those emotions are being invoked on the spiritual realm for alchemy purposes, for manifestation purposes. There's also going to be a lot of contact with media. People are going to be posting pictures and putting them online and sharing their celebratory energy. However, when it comes to you, Taurus, or whoever resonates with this message, the direct message that I got from angel number 788 literally says, in the case of angel number 788, the energy from higher realms is telling you to focus on working and your spiritual life, and divine energies will take care of your financial well-being. It says, trust your skills, hard work, and enjoy the extra push this powerful number will give to your life. And it's interesting that this message came out December 3rd, 2020, and my daughter's birthday is June 3rd. Okay, anyway, long story short, because I feel like you have to be someone that would give like the shirt off your back. You have to be someone that would be like, okay, you can come in, or yeah, you can come over, or yeah, we could do this. When you're put into a position where you feel like you're pushed into a corner, you just start giving up the ghost, just here, take that, have that, do this. And Spirit is saying now they need you to focus on your spiritual life. In this season, it's something that is being harvesting, okay, with your Merkaba. You're going to need to be patient during this season. I feel like July especially, there's going to be a lot of changes, and you can really optimize during this time with infinity, destiny, and magic, utilizing the wisdom that you have acquired or will acquire during this time. It's like while the rest of the world is going up in flames and everyone's jumping off their edge of their seats, you're going to be available to receive some type of message, because you're not going to be distracted with the rest of the world, right? So many people are going to be taken off. So many people are going to be enjoying the festivities, but you need to be in the lab. You need to be creating. You have to really tap into being versatile. Something about jack of all trades. And I feel like the reason why this energy is important for you, blossoming flipped over, is, hold on. Some of y'all, like during this time where everyone is like sleeping, there's no one else outside doing, like your work ethic is really about to give you some type of good reaping, good karma. So like, say for example, everyone's posting on social media and you're going into a space where nobody is there. You're going to get majority of the shares, right? Let's say, for example, everyone and their mama is out celebrating 4th of July, but you're staying in the house working, and you are being consistent even during the holiday season. It's a sacrifice for you. But on the flip side, on the Gemini side, if you look on things from the sweet side, now there's no more competition. There's less competition there for you, Taurus. There's less people doing what it is that you're doing. So what does that mean for you? You get to get ahead, right? Because there's no one else there left to compete with you, right? So when Spirit takes the big dogs and sends them out on vacation, that's where you alchemize, right? That's when you're like, especially for those of you working in competitive fields already, and you're learning about you're in learning or you're in training, and you're going through this transition, and it's like you would really like to spend time with family and go enjoy yourself, but you're trying to do this on the side. You're gonna have to make a sacrifice, because the big dogs are not, that big manifestors are not going to they're not going to let up. They're not going to get you no slack. So if you know you are new tarot readers, or you're new entrepreneurs, or you're new singers and new artists, when the rest of the world is sleeping, you need to be up working, right? You need to be going in to the booth. You need to be going into that space of solitude so you can produce what on a different time schedule. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the keys that spirit is giving you to be successful. You change your shift or your time zone. Go further out. Make your, like, this is like throw the line further out before you start reeling it in and harvesting it. We're not even in harvest season yet. We're still in reaping. We're still in sowing. So you need to be sowing what you need to sow, because you're going through changes and cycles, and it's a part of, like, this is the strategy. You see the blueprint here? So like spirit's giving you game right now. All right, because the objective here is to help you produce your future as well, to help you create, help you go through this transition. I feel like, especially if any of you guys were dealing with situations where things weren't progressing for you, whatever you were trying to manifest. Yeah, magician here. Whatever you were trying to manifest, maybe the energy felt stuffy, it felt too crowded, like there's so many third-party energies. Well, why everyone got their back turned, you can perform. Okay, spirit is saying, let your light shine. And your spiritual team is helping you. Look at that. You have your spirit guides, your ancestors, and your angels. You have deceased loved ones, friends, that they're helping you. Like, hey, listen, I'm about to give you the game from this side of the realm. Don't even worry about what's going on with your physical two eyes, because I'm giving you confirmations of how I'm going to make sure that you're taken care of. You get what I'm saying? Your well-being is always going to be taken care of. I mean, like, literally, there's reasons for all of this. So we got back and forth, balance, destiny. 9, 4, 5, fun. You're going to have your season of fun. It's coming real soon. Don't even worry about it. If you've been looking back on a situation like, man, right now, that steak look a little bit good. Right now, I might just want to, right now, you know, I'm kind of feeling like I want to go back to the past. It's starting to look a little sweet back there, you know, because it feels like you're doing the not so fun part, or it feels like it was easier, you know, when you were at that 9-to-5 job, or it was easier when you were in that relationship. Something about this entire energy feels like it felt easier. It feels easier to go back to your south node. It feels easier to, you know, I don't really have to worry about spiritual attacks. I don't really got to worry about competing with anything. It's a comfort zone, right? And with this balance and yin yang, this is telling me that you would still have to sacrifice something. And this is also giving me Gemini energy as well, right? You would still be sacrificing something if you went back to the past. You probably would have to sacrifice not feeling complete, or not feeling whole, or not feeling stable, or worrying about finances. You know, it's not always easy committing to something like this, but it's worth it in the long run. When you reflect back on how hard you worked, it feels good to have fun. You know, when you reflect back on how hard you had to put in blood, sweat, and tears, and you had to listen to the signs and synchronicities, it feels good to play even harder when that season comes around. But you're going to feel unfulfilled if you're just constantly doing the same mundane things over and over again with no type of purpose or no type of destiny attached to it. Because it's like giving you something you can feel on a spiritual level, and then taking it away from you. You don't have the exposure. It's going to be hard for you not to see the signs. It's going to be hard for you to ignore the synchronicities now. Even if it feels a lot easier to go back and do it something the easier way, it's not as easy as you think. So you have philosophy releasing karma, mysticism, and that's what I feel like you're doing. You're taking flight. Nephilim, controversy. So yeah, the controversy here that I feel is whatever you're passionate about, you're being crucified for it. You have to be. And it's bringing up fears around your desires that maybe you didn't even realize were there or lying dormant. And rather than continuing to manifest off those fears or do something as a result of being afraid of losing something, you're doing it from a real mystical standpoint now, or you're about to be. You know what I mean? You're about to be, and then you're going to attract real love. You're going to attract the real type of relationships that make you feel like it's in alignment with who you are and not who you used to be. So a lot of this energy is coming in because during this time, this resistance that you're feeling, people are feeling it. Okay. People are feeling like you are leaving them behind. And you ever felt what it was like when there was like Christmas is over and everyone's going back home? You know, that sad feeling that you feel like, damn, I enjoyed the time with you. I wish it was longer, but I know I got to let you go. And I know that you got to go back home into your everyday life. But you're going to notice that they're asking you, come hang out, come party, come socialize, come do these things with me. We miss you. Oh my God. And it's going to feel very hard for you to pull away from it because it's like, I miss y'all too. I wish y'all can go with me. But because they can feel that resistance of you no longer being indecisive about what it is you want in your life, that they're assessing like, hey, what's going on with you? I haven't heard from you in a while. Like, what's going on in your life? And because you're not willingly giving it, and you're coming off really mysterious and in your bubble and minding your own business, they have to poke and they have to pry and they have to be controversial, and make you feel like they're walking away from you. And that's okay. Let them feel like they're doing that door slam on you. You know where you're going. You know why you're doing this. You know you're going to be taken care of. You know you're going to be good. You know your season will come where you're having fun, even if it feels like they're having fun right now more than you are. Let them. You know what I'm saying? Let them. Confirmation. Yeah, you are. Man, when I tell you you're wrapping up lessons like like you're growing up fast, you're elevating quick, you're anchoring down entirely new light codes, light messages, and so I would definitely advise you not to take things so personal, because I feel like it's just a natural energy. They can feel that you're outgrowing them. You're way more. Some of y'all may be coming off way more mean and way more blunt and forward. And I feel like that's a way for you to kind of like brush off that flirtation energy that you may pick up on. You know, sometimes people may serenade you a little bit and it just throws you off balance. I also feel like, Spirit, show me what this balance. There is an attachment here. What's this balance here? Because like, look at this. You see the bubbles here and then the bubbles there. Like you've been having to really like ascend into the clouds to keep from going backwards to people, places, and things. That makes you feel off balance. Yeah, with temperance here. Spirit, what do you want to say about balance? I mean, like, you ain't tripping. Like I said, this is just Spirit confirming that the rest of the world is asleep. You see this squirrel trying to get a nut? They're under an illusion. They're under a spell. And they're sent to you to get you off balance and to make you feel unsure. I feel like they're also there to make you like clinch, you know, like when you're about to get into a car accident and this is a spiritual accident, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing that image of, there used to be this commercial, I'm seeing it like, I don't know if it was like Honda, Ford, or something like that, where they used to test the airbags being deployed, and that was a way for them to kind of make you feel secure about purchasing their vehicle, because they would do like test it on some dummies, and you would see like the whiplash effect, or how the airbags being deployed protected you or something like that. And it was supposed to give you like some type of like confirmation, like, okay, yeah, this is a good car to get, subconsciously, right? It's a way to subliminally speak to you. But I feel like right now they're subliminally making you feel imbalanced or irritated with the world, because it's like, that's that initiative that I was telling you about. It's directed towards especially feminine energy, like just to make you so annoyed and irritated and frustrated and emotionally off balance. And I feel like they choose this time of year, especially like going through menstrual cycles and different things like that. It's a collective initiative that I feel that they manifest off of, right? So when you're like, oh, I'm so annoyed, I'm over it, you're rejecting everything, that's when they start soliciting and selling you, upselling you different things on TV, on social media, right? The web. Next thing you know, you're buying things that you really don't need because you're trying to make yourself feel better. It's a way to manifest off of feminine energy, creator energy. And it's like, I'm just going to buy myself this as a way to make myself feel better because I can't go back to my past and I feel stuck. You're not really stuck. You're just bracing yourself for impact, and your emotions are involved. So it feels a lot more comfortable to be addicted to bracing yourself. Like that's a habitual habit is what I'm seeing, to kind of serenade yourself as a way. I feel like it's like an emotional way of transmuting the effect that the world has on you. When you feel out of control, what do? You buy ice cream. When you feel out of control, what do? You go to the gym. I don't know, you watch a movie. You do something that makes you feel good, lift your spirits. But it's really like being in a weird space between the 5 of Cups, feeling like you lost something, and the 3 of Cups, wanting to just go out and make yourself feel better. And then that 4 of Cups energy is like, well, I don't feel like I want to do anything, so I'm just going to consume media. I'm just going to consume television, right? Because if you can't beat them, join them. That's the energy that I'm seeing here. So all of the stuff that you're consuming with this philosophy card, it's like, well, how are you going to give that, like you're omitting that gas back into the environment. So how about you give it a purpose, right? How about you, instead of just omitting random bubbles, right, or energy vortexes or waves of disdain and discomfort, how about you give it a little bit more, give it some pizzazz, give it a message. I don't know, create something with it, because you can't change or you can't stop it. So it's like, utilize it. That's what spirit is saying. Utilize those emotions and give it a purpose that unlocks something in your destiny, that helps you feel more connected and grounded to spirit, that confirms something for another person, and that will bring you joy if you allow it to. There's a way to work with it. Spirit, what other cards do you want me to confirm? Let's go into fun, because I feel like around this, I don't know, I feel like flamingos. Okay. Okay, Taurus. I told you your time is coming to be able to have fun. There's something that you're wishing. And I feel like during this time when the rest of the world is like loud and they're all distracted with fireworks, you could be getting curious about going inward, right? And utilizing this emotion and saying, you know what, I'm bored. Let me go over here and let me create something. Let me find fun. You know how they say learning is fun? I like to have plenty of fun. Yeah, learning is fun. I can't remember the song. Damn, I used to sing when I was a kid. I like to, to get the job done. It's something about making what it is that you are teaching yourself or doing or creating, getting enthused about it, making it fun. You know how it's not always fun to memorize your timetables or your multiplication facts, but everything, nothing is new under the sun. You've had to utilize this same practice your entire life to get you through elementary school, high school, college, and you had to make fun out of the things that had to be done. And that's what Spirit is saying to you. When you start perceiving your destiny as an opportunity to make fun out of the things that have to be done, you will be in a constant state of flow and manifestation towards your ultimate achievement, success, happiness, and you'll get that monkey off your back, you know, that chip off your shoulder by taking a chip out of the book of life. That's what it's pretty much saying. Take a page out of the book of life. And I feel like with this King of Swords energy here, you have a new beginning. A new beginning. Clarify this Three of Pentacles. A World card. Yeah. Destiny, destiny, destiny. You have destiny. You have 3 cards talking about the Wheel of Fortune. This is getting out of your own way. Once you have officially got out of your own way and shifted your entire perspective around hard work and multitasking and doing things that are no longer fun, you unlock something that was restricted. And it had everything to do with you developing a new perspective around doing things that you consider to be boring. It's a part of maturing, growing up, right? Elevating. And now you're able to have, now Spirit is then saying, okay, now you can have fun because you know how to responsibly do it and not allow it to stop your destiny. Yeah. Not allow it to stop your destiny when you remain a student of life, when you remain a student of, you know, a constant student of life, you avoid so many unnecessary pitfalls and mistakes. And at that point, you're no longer a hindrance to other people you come encounter with, but you guys are a healthy addition into each other's lives. Neither one of you will enable each other. And I feel like that's what you needed to know. Is like you needed to master how not to enable yourself to be stuck in this type of energy, and through you mastering not enabling yourself, you wouldn't dare enable other people that come into your auric field. You know what I'm saying? You got to look on the bright side of life. You got to look on the bright side of washing dishes. You got to look on the bright side of divorce. You got to look on the bright side of delays. You have to choose to perceive life in this way. Without the choice, without choosing that for yourself, then you're just wandering aimlessly, blaming the rest of the world for things that are sitting right in front of your face, things that are opportunities that are sitting right at your grasp, but you being too stubborn to embrace it. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. This is the lessons. These are the lessons. And that's why the moon energy was here. You see how you have the sun and the moon? You got to go through the dark in order to see the light. You got to be willing to see the shit we don't want to talk about in order for us to appreciate the things that we have. And it's the intention is not to keep you, oh, just, I gotta be a person that doesn't have anything, I desire nothing, I just have to be completely this monk or nun. No, that's an extreme way of coping with with the discomfort of life and the lessons that come along with it. It's an extreme way. So we alienate and isolate ourselves so much to the point where we stop learning and we stop growing and we stop interacting and we start to victimize ourselves, versus perceiving things as an opportunity to be positive, or an opportunity to learn. Okay, you get to decide how you reap from everything that you sow. It only has power. It only has the ability to make you feel the negative or the adverse effects if you feel like you're being punished for something. You're not being punished. You're healing. You're releasing karma. Yeah. And that's also another thing. Perceiving that healing is something that's one and done. As long as you're on earth, you're healing for the rest of your life. And every time you incarnate, it's the same concept, because earth is a school. So let's get your closing message, because I feel like I kind of wrapped it up. Love. So many. Yeah, because I feel like people saying they calling you bluff, because you'll say something. You may be noticing that, like, around your children or in your environment, as like, I'm serious this time, I'm done, I'm not going back, da 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 da. And it's like everyone's saying, yeah, right, that's Taurus just having a fit. And that's because you haven't really changed. You're just saying that you're about to change. You're constantly sending out that frequency, like, I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it. So you're like, just do it already. Just do it. Like, I'm serious. I'm about to put my phone on block. I'm not talking to nobody. Spirit's like, okay, just do it already. I'm about to quit my job. I'm about to take you to court. It's like, just stop bluffing and do it. Oh, you have partnership. Look, I'm saying bluffing, and this says puffing. Bluffing, puffing. Well, Spirit is funny. Spirit said you are a bluffing, puffing. I'm done. Spirit is coming for the edges. We're going to do the top and the bottom, okay? It says partnership. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. Bottom of the deck, we have fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. If you notice that we're talking about Gemini, and there are two in every card. And again, one card is saying one thing and the other card is saying another. You see how those are opposites? One card is saying accept help, accept this, and then at the same time, the other one is saying choose to be unstoppable. Be bold, be brave. Right? Surrender to your passion. And then there's this contrast of black and white. There's this contrast of black and white here too. But even amongst the black and white, there's still the brown. You know what I'm saying? So what Spirit is saying, there's always going to be an even ground, a third wheel. There's always a third option. When everything appears to be black and white, there's a third option. You just got to be inquisitive and curious enough to seek out the third option. What is it for you? Apply it. Taurus, I'm sending you lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.